stresses and strains that hospitals are facing in terms of staffing levels and safe staffing levels. And it's a very, very important point that you're making, and one that we very much take on board. And as I say, one of the great ironies, given how much the government talks about mid-staffs and the report from mid-staffs, is how little they talk about what the report actually said about benchmarks and standards of nurse-to-patient ratios. The question about, well, a whole range of questions about disabled people. Look, I think it's so important, and I'm so pleased you asked this question, the gentleman who asked this question, because one of the worst things about this government is the way in which they, and I see it in my surgeons, and no doubt Andy does as well, is the way in which they have demonised people on benefits, anybody on benefits, and also the way they've treated disabled people. I mean, the worst example in my view is the bedroom tax, but there are many, many other bad examples as well. I sit and watch David Cameron week after week at Prime Minister's question being asked about disabled people paying the bedroom tax, and he just doesn't answer. He just doesn't answer. It's almost like he's denying the reality of what is happening. We're looking at all of these issues, including the role of ATOS, which is a massive problem, and the whole way these medical tests work. Because look, all of us agree that the right of disabled people to work is an incredibly important right, but equally, the right for disabled people who cannot work to be supported decently is a massively important right for our society. And both of those things. Michelle, let me say, look, the point I was really making was that I believe that we showed in government, and I know there are issues about the way we did it, that in addition to the core of the NHS, sometimes the private sector has played a role. But I completely concur with what Andy said in his first set of answers, which is about the core of the NHS and the public core of the NHS being incredibly important. And look, the other thing is, just to sort of emphasise this point about what I've said